Self-reflection is the foundation of true growth. It is easy to look at the world and blame external circumstances, people, or luck for where you are in life, but the real battle is not with anyone else. It is with the person you were yesterday. Every decision you have made, every habit you have formed, and every excuse you have given yourself has shaped the version of you that exists today. If you are not where you want to be, the answer is not to look outward. It is to look inward. Most people live in a cycle of repetition. They wake up, follow the same routines, make the same choices, and then wonder why their life never changes. They look at others who are successful, disciplined, and strong, and they assume those people were born different. But the truth is, the people who excel in life are not special. They are just willing to fight a battle most people avoid. That battle is against their own weaknesses, their own doubts, and their own bad habits. They understand that progress only happens when you take full responsibility for who you are and decide that yesterday's version of you is not good enough. To win this battle, you have to be brutally honest with yourself. What are your weaknesses? What excuses do you keep making? What habits are holding you back? Most people don't like answering these questions because the truth is uncomfortable. It is easier to distract yourself, to blame circumstances, or to convince yourself that you are already doing your best. But deep down, you know the truth. There's always a better version of you waiting to be built, and the only way to reach it is by identifying what needs to change. The problem with most people is that they want change, but they do not want to do the work required. They want to be in shape, but they do not want to put in the hours at the gym. They want financial success, but they do not want to put in the long nights of work. They want confidence, but they do not want to push themselves through discomfort. They wait for motivation, thinking one day they will feel ready. But the truth is, motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes. What truly separates the strong from the weak is not motivation. It is discipline. The ability to do what needs to be done even when you don't feel like doing it is what creates the new version of you. You have to look at yourself in the mirror every single day and ask, did I do better than I did yesterday? If the answer is no, then you lost that battle. It is not about comparing yourself to others. It is about making sure you are moving forward. Did you wake up earlier? Did you push yourself harder? Did you resist the temptation to waste time? Did you make the right decisions even when it was difficult? If not, then the old version of you is still winning, and that should not be acceptable. People say they want success, but they act like they have unlimited time. Every second wasted is a second you will never get back. The old you is waiting for you to slip up, to get lazy, to fall back into bad habits. It is always lurking in the background, ready to take control again. That is why self-reflection has to be constant. You do not just decide to change once and expect it to last. You have to fight every single day. There will be days when you fail, when you fall short, when you feel like giving up. That is normal. But the difference between those who stay the same and those who evolve is how they respond to failure. Weak people use failure as an excuse to stop trying. Strong people use failure as fuel to push even harder. Every setback is an opportunity to learn, to improve, and to come back stronger. Your mind will try to convince you to stay the same. It will tell you that change is too hard, that discomfort is unbearable, that it is okay to take it easy. That voice is the old you trying to drag you back down. You must learn to silence it. You must recognize that growth only happens when you embrace discomfort, when you face your fears, when you do what is necessary, not what is easy. At the end of the day, the only thing that truly matters is whether you are better than you were yesterday. That is the ultimate measure of success. Not money, not status, not approval from others. Just the simple fact that you are improving, growing, and becoming the strongest version of yourself. If you can commit to that, if you can dedicate yourself to winning the battle against the old you every single day, then there is no limit to what you can achieve. Comfort is the enemy of progress. It is the silent killer of dreams, the trap that keeps people stuck in the same routines, same habits, and same mediocre results. Most people spend their entire lives chasing comfort, avoiding pain, and running from discomfort because they believe that is the path to happiness. But true happiness, true fulfillment, and true success are found in growth. And growth only happens when you step into discomfort. The reason so many people never reach their full potential is that they refuse to do what is uncomfortable. They avoid difficult conversations. They skip workouts when they feel tired. They procrastinate on their goals because they don't feel ready, and they let fear control their decisions. But the harsh truth is this: the life you want, the person you want to become, and the success you dream of will never be found inside your comfort zone. Everything you desire exists on the other side of struggle, on the other side of fear, on the other side of doing things you don't want to do. Think about every major achievement in history. No great athlete, no successful entrepreneur, no powerful leader ever became who they were by taking the easy path. They faced challenges, pushed through fear, and did what most people were unwilling to do. They chose growth over comfort, discipline over laziness, and progress over excuses. That is what separates the strong from the weak, the winners from the losers, and the successful from the average. Growth is painful. It is supposed to be. When you lift weights, your muscles tear and rebuild stronger. When you learn a new skill, you struggle, you fail, and you get frustrated. When you push past fear, your heart races, your mind resists, and everything in you wants to stop. But that is the exact moment when transformation happens. Every time you step into discomfort, every time you push through pain, You are forcing yourself to evolve. You are killing the weak version of yourself and creating a stronger one. Most people never change because they run back to comfort the moment things get hard. They quit the gym after a few weeks because it's too exhausting. They give up on their business idea because it takes too long to see results. They settle for average relationships, average health, and average careers because the alternative requires too much effort. But the ones who refuse to settle, the ones who are willing to suffer for what they want, are the ones who achieve everything others only dream of. You have to understand that your mind is wired for survival, not success. It will always push you toward comfort because it associates discomfort with danger. That is why your mind tells you to stay in bed instead of waking up early, to eat junk food instead of cooking a healthy meal, to avoid risks instead of chasing opportunities. But you are not your mind. You are in control. And if you let temporary comfort dictate your life, you will never become the person you were meant to be. The key to real change is learning to embrace discomfort instead of running from it. You must seek out challenges instead of avoiding them. You must train yourself to find pleasure in struggle, to see pain as proof of progress. Instead of saying, "This is too hard," you must say, "This is making me stronger." Instead of thinking, "I can't do this," you must remind yourself, "I am capable of more than I realize." Your mindset is everything. And the moment you shift your perspective on discomfort, you will unlock a new level of power. Success is not about luck, talent, or intelligence. It is about who is willing to suffer the most. The person who is willing to wake up early, to work when they don't feel like it, to face rejection, to endure setbacks, to keep pushing when everything in them says to quit. This is the person who wins. This is the person who transforms. This is the person who proves that growth is always greater than comfort. The truth is, comfort will always be there. The easy path will always exist. But if you choose comfort now, you will pay for it later with regret, disappointment, and a life of unrealized potential. On the other hand, if you choose growth now, if you embrace the pain, the struggle, and the discomfort, you will earn a life that others can only dream of. The choice is yours, comfort or greatness. But you cannot have both. Most people believe that success is about motivation. They think that the people who achieve great things wake up every day feeling inspired, driven, and ready to take action. But that is a lie. The truth is, even the most successful people in the world do not feel motivated all the time. They have days when they feel tired, when they feel lazy, when they don't want to do the work. But what separates them from everyone else is that they do it anyway. What separates winners from losers is not motivation. It is discipline. Discipline is the ability to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. It is the habit of showing up every single day, putting in the work, and staying consistent no matter how you feel. It is easy to be productive when you are excited about something. It is easy to go to the gym when you feel strong and energized. It is easy to work on your goals when everything is going well. But what about the days when you feel exhausted? What about the moments when doubt creeps in, when progress feels slow, when nothing seems to be working? That is when discipline matters the most. Motivation is unreliable because it comes and goes. Some days you will feel fired up, and other days you will feel completely unmotivated. If you rely on motivation, you will always be inconsistent. You will start things but never finish them. You will work hard for a few weeks, then lose focus and give up. And that is exactly why so many people fail. They wait to feel motivated before they take action. And because motivation is temporary, they never build lasting habits. Discipline, on the other hand, is a decision. It is a commitment to doing what is necessary, no matter how you feel. If you make discipline a part of who you are, then you no longer need motivation. You do not ask yourself, "Do I feel like doing this today?" Because the answer does not matter. You do it because it needs to be done. You do it because you have a goal and nothing is going to stop you from reaching it. Think about an athlete training for a championship. Do you think they wake up every morning excited to practice? Do you think they feel motivated to push through pain, exhaustion, and discomfort every single day? No. But they do it anyway. They train when they are sore. They train when they are tired. They train even when they don't want to because they know that discipline is the key to winning. The same rule applies to every area of life. If you want to be in great shape, you must be disciplined in your workouts and nutrition. If you want to be successful in business, you must be disciplined in your work ethic and consistency. If you want strong relationships, you must be disciplined in your communication and effort. Everything you want in life is on the other side of discipline. People make excuses all the time. They say they don't have time, they don't have energy, they don't have the right circumstances. But the truth is, they just don't have discipline. If something is important to you, you will find a way to make it happen. If you truly want to succeed, you will do what is necessary, no matter how you feel. Discipline is what builds confidence. When you prove to yourself that you can keep promises to yourself, you develop self-respect. Every time you push through laziness, every time you stick to your commitments, you are reinforcing the belief that you are capable, strong, and in control. But every time you give in to weakness, every time you skip the work because you don't feel like it, you are training yourself to accept failure. You are telling yourself that your emotions control you, that your excuses are valid, that your goals are not worth the effort. And that mindset will keep you stuck forever. If you want to change your life, you must become the kind of person who does what needs to be done, no matter what. That means showing up every single day even when you're tired. That means pushing through discomfort and ignoring distractions. That means focusing on your long-term vision instead of chasing short-term pleasure. Success is not about how you feel in the moment. It is about the choices you make consistently. At the end of the day, you have two options: live with discipline or live with regret. There is no in between. If you choose discipline, you will become stronger, better, and more successful over time. If you choose to take the easy way out, you will stay exactly where you are, stuck in a cycle of inconsistency and frustration. The question is, what kind of person do you want to be? The person who only works when they feel like it, or the person who takes control of their life and refuses to make excuses? The answer to that question will define your future. Pain is an unavoidable part of life. No matter who you are, where you come from, or what you do, you will face struggles, setbacks, and moments of suffering. That is the reality of existence. But what separates the strong from the weak is not the absence of pain. It is the response to it. Some people let pain break them, while others use it to build themselves into something greater. Pain is temporary, but weakness is a choice. When you go through challenges, it may feel like the pain will last forever, whether it's physical exhaustion, emotional hardship, or mental stress. The moment you are in feels overwhelming. Your mind tells you to stop, to quit, to escape the discomfort. But that feeling is a lie. No pain lasts forever. Your body heals, your emotions stabilize, your mind adapts. But if you give in to weakness, if you allow yourself to quit when things get hard, that becomes a habit, and habits define your future. Think about the most difficult moments in your past. At the time, they probably felt unbearable. You may have thought you would never recover, that the pain would never fade. But here you are. You survived, and chances are you became stronger because of it. Pain is not the enemy. It is the force that sharpens you, that forces you to grow, that reveals what you are truly capable of. If you never faced hardship, you would never develop resilience. If you never experienced struggle, you would never appreciate success. Weakness, on the other hand, is a decision. It is not something you are born with. It is something you allow. Every time you choose to quit instead of pushing forward, every time you make an excuse instead of finding a way, you are choosing weakness. And the more you choose weakness, the easier it becomes. It becomes your default response to difficulty. Instead of fighting through pain, you look for the exit. Instead of embracing discomfort, you avoid it. And before you know it, you have built a life that is small, limited, and filled with regret. But you don't have to live that way. You can choose strength. You can decide that no matter what pain you face, you will not let it break you. You will not let it define you. You will use it as fuel to push harder, to go further, to become better. Pain is a test. It asks you one simple question: how bad do you want it? And your answer determines everything. If you want to be in peak physical shape, you will have to endure the pain of training, the discomfort of pushing past your limits. If you want to be successful in your career, you will have to deal with rejection, failure, and long hours of effort with no immediate reward. If you want to build strong relationships, you will have to face difficult conversations, moments of vulnerability, and the pain of personal growth. Everything worth having comes with a cost, and that cost is pain. But the difference between those who achieve greatness and those who remain stuck is simple. The strong embrace the pain, while the weak run from it. The strong understand that pain is temporary, but the rewards of overcoming it last forever. The weak convince themselves that avoiding discomfort is the better option, but in doing so, they lock themselves in a cycle of mediocrity. The greatest champions in any field, sports, business, leadership, personal development, have all faced immense pain. They have all gone through struggles that most people would have given up on. But they refused to let pain defeat them. They saw pain as proof that they were on the right path. They understood that suffering is not a punishment. It is a requirement for growth. When you are in the middle of pain, remind yourself this is temporary. The suffering will pass, but the strength you build from enduring it will remain. The discipline you develop, the resilience you forge, and the confidence you gain will stay with you for life. On the other hand, if you choose weakness, if you allow pain to make you quit, you will be stuck in the same place forever. And that is a far worse fate than any temporary discomfort. So the next time you face pain, do not run from it. Do not complain about it. Do not let it defeat you. Look it in the face and say, I am stronger than this. I will not break. Because in the end, that is the only choice that matters. Will you let pain shape you? Or will you let weakness define you? Mindset is the foundation of everything in life. It controls the way you see the world, the way you react to challenges, and ultimately, the mindset is the foundation of everything in life. The way you think shapes your decisions, your actions, and ultimately your destiny. Two people can face the exact same situation, yet one will succeed while the other fails. The difference is not in their resources, their background, or their luck. It is in their mindset. The way you think dictates the way you live. If your mind is weak, your life will reflect that weakness. If your mind is strong, there is no obstacle you cannot overcome. Most people go through life without ever realizing the power of their own thoughts. They believe their circumstances determine their future. They think their past experiences define them. They assume success is only for those who are born with advantages they don't have. But the truth is, your mindset is the key to everything. The person who believes they can change their life will take action. The person who believes they are stuck will never even try. That is why mindset is everything. It either pushes you forward or holds you back. Your thoughts control your reality. If you constantly tell yourself that you are not good enough, that you will never be successful, or that life is unfair, you will live out those beliefs. You will hesitate to take risks. You will sabotage your own progress, and you will settle for mediocrity. But if you tell yourself that you are capable, that every challenge is an opportunity to grow, and that your success is inevitable, you will start taking actions that align with that belief. The way you speak to yourself matters. If your mind is filled with negativity, your life will reflect that negativity. If your mind is filled with power, your life will reflect that power. The strongest people in the world are not the ones who never face problems. They are the ones who have trained their minds to handle anything. They see obstacles as challenges to overcome rather than as reasons to quit. They do not waste time complaining about things they cannot control. Instead, they focus on what they can control, their attitude, their work ethic, and their ability to adapt. When you develop a mindset that refuses to break, life becomes easier, not because the challenges disappear, but because you become stronger. Weak people make excuses. They say things like, I wasn't born with talent, I'm not lucky, or it's too late for me to change. They convince themselves that success is out of their reach, so they never even try. But strong people refuse to think that way. They understand that talent can be developed, that luck is created through action, and that change is always possible. They do not wait for perfect conditions. They start where they are, with what they have, and they build from there. Your mindset determines how you respond to failure. People with a weak mindset see failure as proof that they should quit. They take it personally. They assume it means they are not good enough. But people with a strong mindset see failure as a lesson. They analyze what went wrong, they adjust their approach, and they try again. They know that every failure brings them one step closer to success. The greatest achievers in history, from athletes to entrepreneurs, did not reach the top because they never failed. They reached the top because they refused to let failure stop them. Another major difference between a weak mindset and a strong mindset is how people handle discomfort. Weak-minded people avoid pain, difficulty, and struggle. They stay inside their comfort zones because it feels safe. But strong-minded people embrace discomfort. They understand that growth only happens when you push beyond what is easy. They train themselves to handle stress, to endure hardship, and to stay disciplined even when they don't feel like it. The ability to do what needs to be done, regardless of how you feel, is what separates the winners from the quitters. Developing a powerful mindset is a choice. It requires training, just like building physical strength. Every day, you have to challenge your own thoughts. When you catch yourself making excuses, you have to shut them down. When you feel like giving up, you have to remind yourself why you started. When life gets difficult, you have to push forward anyway. Over time, this mental conditioning turns you into someone who cannot be broken. Your thoughts are the most powerful weapon you have. If you learn to control them, to rewire them for success, and to use them as fuel instead of as chains, there is nothing you cannot achieve. But if you allow negativity, doubt, and weakness to control your mind, you will never reach your full potential. The choice is yours. Will you develop a mindset that makes you unstoppable, or will you let your thoughts hold you back? In the end, your life will always be a reflection of the way you think. Excuses are the barriers between you and the life you want to live. They are the stories you tell yourself to justify why you haven't reached your goals, why you aren't where you want to be, and why you continue to stay stuck in the same cycle of inaction. The old version of you relied on excuses. It found reasons to delay progress, to justify failure, and to avoid responsibility. But the new you understands that excuses solve nothing. They change nothing. They do nothing. The only thing that leads to real change is action. Excuses come in many forms. Some people blame their circumstances, saying they don't have enough time, money, or resources to succeed. Others blame their past, believing that because they have failed before, they will fail again. Some people blame external factors like the economy, their upbringing, or the people around them. But the truth is, every excuse is just a way to avoid taking responsibility. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you success. If you want something, you have to go and get it. And that starts with eliminating every excuse that holds you back. The difference between successful people and unsuccessful people is not luck, talent, or intelligence. It is action. The people who achieve great things are not the ones who had the easiest path. They are the ones who refuse to let excuses define them. They are the ones who looked at their obstacles and found ways to overcome them instead of using them as reasons to quit. Every single person who has ever done something significant has faced challenges, setbacks, and moments of doubt, but they chose to act despite those difficulties. Your excuses are nothing more than lies you tell yourself to stay comfortable. They protect your ego from the pain of failure. They give you permission to stay exactly where you are. But comfort is the enemy of progress. If you want to grow, you have to get uncomfortable. You have to stop justifying inaction and start moving forward, no matter how difficult it may seem. Think about the most common excuses people make. I don't have time. But the truth is, everyone has the same 24 hours in a day. The difference is how you choose to use them. If you really want something, you will make time for it. You will wake up earlier, cut out distractions, and prioritize what matters. I don't have the right resources, but the truth is, most successful people started with nothing. They didn't wait for perfect conditions. They used what they had, where they were, and made it work. Resources are not the problem. Resourcefulness is. I'm not ready. But the truth is, no one ever feels completely ready. If you wait until you feel ready, you will be waiting forever. The only way to get ready is to start. Taking action creates progress, and progress builds confidence. I've failed before, but the truth is, failure is part of the process. Every successful person has failed countless times. The only difference is that they didn't let failure define them. They learned from it and kept going. If you want to transform into the new version of yourself, you have to make a decision. No more excuses. No more waiting. No more blame and just action. The moment you stop making excuses is the moment you take control of your life. You realize that your success is entirely in your hands. Every day, you have a choice. You can take action and move forward, or you can make excuses and stay exactly where you are. Action is the key to everything. It doesn't matter if your first step is small. It doesn't matter if you don't know exactly what you're doing. The important thing is that you move, that you start, that you do something. Because action creates momentum, and momentum leads to progress. Once you start taking action, you begin to see results, and those results fuel even more action. The new you does not tolerate excuses. The new you finds solutions. When faced with a challenge, you don't say, I can't. You ask, how can I? Instead of focusing on problems, you focus on possibilities. Instead of waiting for the perfect moment, you create it. Instead of wishing for change, you make it happen. At the end of the day, your results will speak for themselves. You can either be the person who talks about what they could do, or the person who actually does it. The choice is yours. Will you stay trapped in the old version of yourself, full of excuses and regret? Or will you step into the new version of yourself, take action, and build the life you truly want? Your habits control your life. Every action you take on a daily basis, no matter how small, contributes to the person you become and the life you create. People often believe that success or failure happens suddenly, that one big decision changes everything. But the truth is, your destiny is shaped by the small, consistent choices you make every single day. Your habits dictate whether you will succeed or struggle, whether you will grow or remain stagnant, whether you will build the life you want or settle for something less. Most people underestimate the power of habits because they do not see immediate results. They think that one workout won't make a difference, that one unhealthy meal won't matter, that one wasted day won't hurt them. But the reality is everything adds up over time. The small actions you repeat daily either work for you or against you. They are either pushing you closer to your goals or pulling you further away. The person who exercises daily, even if only for 30 minutes, will eventually be in great shape. The person who reads every day, even for just 10 minutes, will become knowledgeable and well-informed. The person who works on their business a little bit every day will eventually see massive progress. On the other hand, the person who skips workouts, eats poorly, wastes time, and procrastinates will also see the effects of their choices, but in the form of regret and missed opportunities. The problem is that most people look for quick results. They want to see massive success overnight. They expect instant gratification, and when they don't see immediate progress, they give up. But success is not about doing something once and getting results. It is about doing the right things consistently, even when it feels like nothing is happening. Progress is often invisible in the beginning. You don't notice the results of good habits right away, just like you don't notice the damage from bad habits immediately. But over time, the effects become undeniable. Imagine two people standing at the same starting point. One of them makes small improvements every day, while the other makes small mistakes every day. At first, there seems to be no difference between them. A week goes by and everything looks the same. A month passes and still nothing dramatic has changed. But after a year, the gap between them is huge. One of them is healthier, wealthier, more skilled, and closer to their goals. The other is stuck in the same place, or worse, has regressed. This is the power of habits. Habits are like compound interest. Just as money grows over time when invested wisely, the effects of your habits multiply. The challenge is that bad habits also compound, just in the opposite direction. Skipping the gym once might not seem like a big deal. Eating junk food occasionally might not ruin your health immediately. But when these actions become patterns, they build up and shape your life in ways you don't realize until it's too late. Every small decision matters. The key to changing your life is to build habits that align with your goals. That means making the right choices daily, even when they feel insignificant. It means choosing discipline over comfort, long-term growth over short-term pleasure. You do not need to make drastic changes overnight. You just need to start small and stay consistent. If you improve by even 1% every day, those small improvements will accumulate into something extraordinary over time. One of the most powerful ways to develop good habits is to change your identity. Instead of focusing only on the outcome, focus on becoming the type of person who naturally achieves that outcome. If you want to get fit, don't just set a goal to lose weight. Become the type of person who never misses a workout. If you want to be successful, don't just dream about making money. Become the type of person who is disciplined, focused, and constantly learning. When your habits are aligned with your identity, success becomes automatic. The truth is, You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your habits. If your habits are weak, no amount of motivation will save you. But if your habits are strong, success becomes inevitable. Your daily routines define your future. The question is, are your habits working for you or against you? Every action you take is a vote for the type of person you want to become. If you want to change your life, change your habits. Start today, stay consistent, and watch how everything transforms over time. Self-respect is not something you are born with. It is not given to you by others, nor can it be fake. True self-respect is earned, and it comes from the effort you put into your life. It is built through discipline, perseverance, and pushing yourself beyond what is comfortable. The reason so many people struggle with confidence and self-worth is that they are not doing the hard things that earn it. They want to feel good about themselves without putting in the work, but that is not how it works. You cannot trick yourself into self-respect. It must be earned. When you push yourself to do something difficult, whether it is waking up early, sticking to a workout, working hard on your goals, or staying disciplined even when no one is watching, you are proving to yourself that you are capable, strong, and worthy of respect. Every time you overcome a challenge, every time you push through discomfort instead of quitting, you are adding to your self-respect. The opposite is also true. Every time you take the easy way out, every time you make excuses, every time you break a promise to yourself, you lose respect for yourself. It is an unspoken truth that you cannot hide from. Many people struggle with confidence because they have nothing to be confident about. They have not put in the effort. They have not tested themselves against challenges. They have not earned the right to feel good about who they are. Confidence does not come from words of affirmation or external validation. It comes from knowing deep down that you have done the work, that you have suffered, pushed yourself, and come out stronger, that you have proven to yourself through action that you are capable. Think about the times in your life when you felt the best about yourself. It was likely after achieving something difficult, after finishing a tough workout, after completing a challenging project, after sticking to a commitment when you wanted to quit. That feeling of pride, of knowing you didn't take the easy way out, is self-respect. And the only way to feel that consistently is to keep putting in the effort, day after day. On the other hand, when you break promises to yourself, when you choose comfort over discipline, when you let yourself down, you feel it. You might not admit it out loud, but deep inside, you know when you are making excuses. You know when you are avoiding hard work. You know when you are capable of more but are choosing not to push yourself. And over time, this erodes your self-respect. It creates doubt, insecurity, and a lack of belief in yourself. The solution is simple, but not easy. Do hard things. Push yourself. Show up even when you don't feel like it. Keep the promises you make to yourself. This is how self-respect is built. When you live this way, you do not need to rely on external validation. You do not need others to tell you that you are good enough because you already know. You have seen what you are capable of. You have tested yourself and proven your strength. The greatest people in the world, whether athletes, business leaders, or anyone who has achieved greatness, have all built their self-respect through effort. They did not wake up one day feeling confident. They became confident by doing hard things repeatedly until it became a part of who they were. They earned their belief in themselves through consistent action. This is why discipline is so important. Discipline is the bridge between effort and self-respect. It is easy to take action when you feel motivated, but motivation fades. Discipline is what keeps you moving forward even when you don't feel like it. And every time you stay disciplined, every time you do the work when it would be easier not to, you gain another level of self-respect. You have to train yourself to crave the feeling of accomplishment more than the feeling of comfort. When you do this, you start to seek out challenges instead of avoiding them. You start to enjoy pushing yourself, not because it is easy, but because you know the reward is worth it. The more effort you put in, the more you respect yourself. The more you respect yourself, the more confident you become. And with confidence comes the ability to take on even greater challenges, creating a cycle of continuous growth. If you are struggling with self-respect, look at your daily habits. Are you putting in the effort, or are you choosing the easy way out? Are you doing things that make you proud of yourself, or are you looking for shortcuts? The good news is that you can change at any time. You can start right now. Set a goal. Commit to something difficult and follow through. Every small victory builds upon itself. Over time, you will not have to force confidence. You will simply be confident because you have earned it. In the end, self-respect is not about words or wishes. It is about action. It is about proving to yourself every single day that you are strong, capable, and worthy of success. Effort is the currency of self-respect. The more you invest, the more you gain. So push yourself, do the hard things, and watch how your entire life transforms. Success does not come without sacrifice. It is the price you must pay if you want to achieve anything meaningful in life. People often talk about wanting to improve, about wanting to become the best version of themselves, about wanting to reach new heights, but very few are truly willing to give up what is necessary to make it happen. The difference between those who succeed and those who remain stuck is their ability to sacrifice comfort, distractions, and temporary pleasures for long-term gains. If you want to level up, you must be willing to let go of the things that hold you back. Sacrifice is not just about working harder. It is about making intentional choices every single day that align with your goals. It means giving up late nights of mindless entertainment so you can wake up early and be productive. It means skipping social events that add no value to your growth. It means walking away from toxic relationships that drain your energy and waste your time. It means cutting out distractions that prevent you from focusing on what truly matters. Every successful person has had to make sacrifices along the way. There is no way around it. The problem is that most people want results without giving up anything. They want to be fit, but they are not willing to sacrifice junk food and laziness. They want financial freedom, but they are not willing to sacrifice unnecessary spending and bad financial habits. They want success, but they are not willing to sacrifice comfort and leisure. And that is why so many people stay stuck in the same place year after year, because they are not willing to do what is necessary to achieve greatness. You must let go of distractions. Distractions come in many forms. Some are obvious, like social media, television, video games, and pointless scrolling. These things eat up hours of your time without adding anything valuable to your life. But some distractions are more subtle. They come in the form of bad habits, negative influences, and even people who do not support your growth. If you surround yourself with people who waste time, complain, and have no ambition, it will be nearly impossible for you to stay focused on your goals. Sometimes, the biggest sacrifice you must make is letting go of relationships that do not serve you. There's a reason why successful people often say that success is lonely. It is not because they dislike being around others. It is because they understand that most people are not willing to make the same sacrifices. When you choose to level up, you will notice that not everyone will understand your journey. Some people will criticize you, some will try to pull you back, and some will make you feel guilty for wanting more out of life. But that is the cost of growth. You must be strong enough to let go of what is comfortable so you can reach what is possible. Sacrifice is also about prioritization. Every day you have a limited amount of energy, time, and focus. If you waste these resources on meaningless activities, you will have nothing left for what truly matters. Successful people do not have more time than others. They just use their time differently. They make sacrifices in the present so they can reap the rewards in the future. They delay gratification, they avoid distractions, and they focus relentlessly on their goals. That is why they succeed while others stay the same. It is not easy to make sacrifices. It is not easy to say no to things that bring temporary pleasure. It is not easy to wake up early, to work late, to push yourself when no one is watching. But that is why so few people reach greatness, because it requires doing what is difficult. The good news is that the more sacrifices you make, the easier it becomes. Over time, you start to realize that you do not actually need the distractions you once thought were important. You start to feel stronger, more disciplined, and more in control of your life. Every great achievement in history has come at the cost of sacrifice. Athletes sacrifice their free time to train. Entrepreneurs sacrifice stability to build something greater. Artists sacrifice social approval to pursue their craft. Nothing great has ever been achieved without giving something up in return. The question is, what are you willing to sacrifice? What distractions are you willing to eliminate? What comforts are you willing to let go of? Because the truth is, success is never about luck. It is about choice. You must decide whether you want to stay comfortable or whether you want to grow. You cannot have both. The old you might have chosen distractions, easy pleasures, and comfort. But the new you must choose discipline, focus, and sacrifice. That is the only way to truly level up. The choice is yours. Will you continue holding on to the things that keep you stuck, or will you make the sacrifices necessary to reach your full potential? Every second you waste is a second you will never get back. Time is the most valuable resource you have, yet is also the most wasted. Unlike money, possessions, or opportunities, time cannot be regained once it is lost. Every day that passes is a day you can never relive. Every moment that slips by is gone forever. Yet most people live as if they have an unlimited amount of time, as if they can afford to waste hours, days, even years on things that do not matter. But the harsh truth is that time is running out. People often talk about their goals, their dreams, and the things they want to accomplish, but they act as if they have forever to achieve them. They procrastinate, telling themselves that they will start tomorrow, next week, or next year. They put off taking action because they think they have time. But time does not wait. It moves forward whether you are using it wisely or wasting it. The longer you delay, the further you drift from your potential. The years will pass whether you take action or not. The question is, when you look back, will you be proud of how you spent your time, or will you be filled with regret? The most successful people in the world understand the urgency of time. They know that every second is an opportunity to move forward, to grow, to build, and to create. They do not waste their days on meaningless activities. They do not let distractions steal their focus. They do not allow fear, doubt, or laziness to keep them from taking action. They know that time is limited and they refuse to waste it. Most people do not realize how quickly time is passing. They assume they have years to achieve their dreams. They think they can start later, as if later is guaranteed. But look around. How many people do you know who said they would do something but never did? How many people have dreams they never pursued because they kept putting them off? How many people are now filled with regret because they let time slip away? Do not let that be you. Do not wait until it is too late to start living with urgency. If you are not careful, distractions will consume your time. Social media, television, video games, meaningless conversations, And unhealthy habits all steal hours from your life without giving anything in return. You might think it's just 1 hour, but 1 hour wasted every day adds up to 365 hours in a year. That is over 15 full days gone. Days that could have been spent building something great, improving yourself, or moving toward your goals. When you waste time, you are not just losing moments, you are losing potential progress and opportunities that will never come back. Imagine you only had 1 year left to life. Would you still waste time on things that do not matter? Would you still scroll mindlessly on your phone for hours? Would you still spend your days doing things that bring no value to your future? Or would you make every moment count? The truth is, you do not know how much time you have left. You do not know if you have years or just days. The only thing you can control is how you use the time you have right now. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. There is no perfect time to start chasing your goals. There is no ideal day to begin improving yourself. The best time to start is always now. If you wait until you feel ready, you will be waiting forever. There will always be excuses, challenges, and reasons to delay, but none of them matter. What matters is taking action today, right now. Time is the great equalizer. Everyone has the same 24 hours in a day. The difference between those who succeed and those who stay stuck is how they use those hours. Some people waste them on distractions, while others invest them in their future. Some people let time slip away while others take control of it. Which type of person will you be? The clock is ticking. Every moment you delay is a moment lost forever. Do not let another day pass without making progress. Do not wake up years from now, filled with regret over what you could have done. Decide now that you will use your time wisely. Decide now that you will take action. Because once time is gone, it is gone forever. Becoming unstoppable is not about luck, talent, or waiting for the perfect moment. It is about developing an unbreakable mindset that refuses to accept defeat. The new you must be relentless in your pursuit of success, focused on winning no matter what obstacles come your way. Most people give up too easily. They let fear, failure, and setbacks stop them from reaching their full potential. But those who become unstoppable are different. They do not see obstacles as reasons to quit. They see them as challenges to overcome. They do not let failures define them. They use failures as lessons to become stronger. To become unstoppable, you must first eliminate all excuses. The old version of you may have blamed circumstances, other people, or bad luck for not achieving success. The new you must take full responsibility for everything in your life. No more waiting for the right time. No more blaming your past. No more allowing doubt to hold you back. The only thing standing between you and your goals is your mindset. If you decide that nothing will stop you, then nothing will. It all starts with that decision. Relentlessness means pushing forward even when you do not feel like it. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline is what separates winners from those who never achieve their goals. When you rely on motivation, you will only take action when you feel inspired. But when you have discipline, you take action no matter what. You show up every single day, whether you are tired, whether you feel like it or not. Whether people support you or not, you do what needs to be done, not because it is easy, but the path that is necessary. The path to success is full of difficulties, and that is why so many people never reach their potential. They hit one setback and convince themselves it is not meant to be. They face criticism and let it shake their confidence. They experience failure and use it as an excuse to stop trying. But if you want to become unstoppable, you must embrace failure, pain, and struggle as part of the process. Every time you fail, you are learning. Every setback is building you into a stronger person. Every challenge is shaping you into someone who cannot be broken. The people who achieve the greatest success are not the ones who never fail. They are the ones who never quit. They do not see quitting as an option. They do not give themselves permission to back down. They keep going, no matter how many times they fall, no matter how many people doubt them, no matter how difficult the road becomes. This is what separates the unstoppable from everyone else. To become truly unstoppable, you must develop laser-like focus. Distractions are everywhere: social media, entertainment, negative people, and mindless activities that take you away from your purpose. The new you does not have time for distractions. The new you does not waste hours scrolling through nonsense, does not surround yourself with people who slow you down, does not engage in activities that add no value to your future. The new you is locked in, fully committed, and obsessed with progress. You must also build an unbreakable mindset. Most people are controlled by fear, fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of stepping outside of their comfort zone. But if you want to be unstoppable, you must become fearless. Fear is nothing more than a mental barrier. It exists only in your mind, and once you learn to push through it, you realize that most of your fears were never real to begin with. You cannot let fear hold you back. You cannot let the opinions of others dictate your actions. You cannot allow self-doubt to weaken you. Instead, you must believe so deeply in yourself that nothing can shake your confidence. Being unstoppable also means refusing to settle for mediocrity. The old you may have been comfortable with average results, but the new you demands more. You push yourself to new levels every single day. You refuse to accept anything less than your best. When others slow down, you speed up. When others make excuses, you take action. When others settle, you keep climbing higher. That is the mindset of a champion. The journey to becoming unstoppable is not easy, but that is exactly why so few people achieve it. Most people will never understand what it takes. They will never push themselves beyond their limits. They will never have the discipline to keep going when things get tough. But if you want to be different, if you want to separate yourself from the average, you must be willing to do what most people will not. You must be willing to go all in. There is no magic formula, no secret shortcut. The process is simple but difficult. Commit fully, eliminate distractions, embrace failure, push through fear, and refuse to quit. If you do this, nothing will be able to stop you. The only thing standing in your way is the old version of yourself, the one who made excuses, the one who hesitated, the one who gave up too soon. But that version of you is gone. The new you is here. The new you is focused, disciplined, fearless, and relentless. The new you is unstoppable.